Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Friday, November 16th. Happy Friday. Hope you're excited for the weekend. Hope you are holding strong in this bear market, even though we've had a big sell-off. There's a lot of FUD surrounding, Bitcoin Cash and infighting and a lot of bullshit going on with Bitcoin Cash for the most part. And even today I tweeted about that is resulting in like Roger Ver and so forth taking a lot of Bitcoin's hash rate to then compete with Craig Wright and that section of Bitcoin Cash. So it's a mess, and this is really annoying. And we also saw today some news from the SEC that they are going after ICOs and trying to get them, forcing them to register as securities. Now, not all of ICOs, just certain ones, and as you can imagine, they're going to go after many more. They tweeted today statement on digital assets, securities, issuance, and trading from our divisions of corporate finance, investment management, and trading and markets. So they are making progress in putting out their information about what ICOs need to do, how essentially putting the regulations, the things that we've been waiting for, clarity. What are you going to do? What are you going to allow? What are you not going to allow? So I don't want to read all of this. It's very detailed, going to digital asset securities, but essentially talking about, if you're offering some sort of ICO or whatever it is, you have to comply with these securities laws. So you have to go through, the check of do you align with the securities laws. And as you saw recently, they also launched a resource hub for ICOs to ask them questions. So they've been making progress. And this is what's going to legitimize the crypto market, because you can't want big money to come into this market and then the SEC and these regulators are just going to sit back and just watch anything go by and anything to happen. We're now maturing, so I hope you understand what's happening. And I've said it many times, the big money coming into this market need security, insurance, assurance. They need clarity on what's going to happen here and make sure that their money is protected. So they are making moves. That's a good sign, because it could mean that a Bitcoin ETF is around the corner, because they're getting all their ducks in a row here, making sure all the regulations, all the rules, everything is clear. And there was a report here on Coinbase that their actions, some experts are saying the ICO party is truly over. Now, I wouldn't say it's truly over. I just think the bullshit ICO stuff is over, right? Where everyone was doing an initial coin offering off of any project, things that didn't even make sense, right? And then you have these pump and dump schemes behind them. So I think that part of it is done away with, and I don't care about that, because like I said, there's a lot of bullshit out there, but there are some legitimate projects. And guess what? The legitimate projects, those who are actually have companies and are actually looking to solve a real world problem, they will have no issues aligning with the securities laws. And as we've been seeing, a lot of the exchanges have been getting security licenses, even Coinbase and so forth, because they knew what was coming. And of course, if you want ICOs and if you want tokens to be listed on stock exchanges, guess what? They have to pass the security law, right? They have to. You can't just put something on the stock exchange. It has to be categorized. Is it a security or not, and so forth. So I hope you guys understand that this is the step towards the getting crypto mainstream. If you want it on a stock exchange, if you want more big money to come in, they need to make sure, okay, if I'm investing in this project, I need to know it's following the rules, and that it, there's clarity from the SEC, and that doesn't put my money at risk. So I think it's a move in the right direction. And remember what I've been talking about too, guys. This is why I did that video on STOs, security token offerings. That's going to be the next phase to this, where you're going to see more companies are going to launch STOs, asset-backed tokens, and that is going to be big, because we're headed to the token economy. So the SEC is making some moves here. I know there's some people who are probably unhappy about this, but you can't want big money and then just keep doing the same, pump and dump schemes and random ICOs and whatever that don't follow any laws. You can't do that. There has to be some level of regulation. Now, there shouldn't be regulation where it kills, the innovation. And I think the SEC is trying to find that balance. So there was, let me give you the details here about those two token startups. The SEC has compelled two crypto startups to register their token sales as securities offerings. It is the first time the SEC has pursued such an action without additional charges of fraud. In a pair of orders published Friday morning, the SEC announced it had settled charges with Carrier EQ Incorporated, otherwise known as AirFox, and Paragon Coin Incorporated, wherein both startups could register their tokens as securities, refund investors, pay penalties of $250,000, and file periodic statements with the regulator for at least a year. So this is where we're headed. And like I said, in order for this market to mature, for more money to come in, they have to do these things. And if you want the crypto market to be big as the stock market, it has to go through this process. So I hope you guys get that. And I know there's an ideology out there of, being against banks and all that. I'm not against banks. Do I believe banks need to be better regulated so they don't crash our economy and so forth? Yeah. But to do away with banks, that's not feasible. So I just want to let you guys know that this is happening, and some of you may invest in ICOs. I don't know. Just be careful now, right? And you really need to watch what's happening here. But I think this is all important, and it goes back to Ripple. And why they always said, from the beginning, they've been working with regulators because they knew what's coming. They were looking long term. Like, it's an early market. Sure, a lot of things got, there are a lot of movements under the table. A lot of things were let go last year and the years before. But now, because you have big players getting into this market, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, New York Stock Exchange, and so forth, we have to mature now. So just want to let you guys know that's happening. Now, speaking of Ripple, this is some very interesting news. Now, Fleetcor, if many of you recall, earlier this year, back in March, I believe, they announced that they are partnering with Ripple and they would be testing xRapid. Let me show you the news here. Fleetcor, this is an official press release, by the way. Fleetcor and Ripple team up to modernize payments using blockchain technology. New pilot program will explore the use of digital asset XRP to enhance efficiency of international payments. So there was a whole, talk about how they're going to use xRapid and so forth. And this was, of course, picked up by CoinDesk. Just want to make sure you guys see this. So this was back in March, and specifically outlines xRapid and XRP. Now, there's talks today that Fleetcor is looking to acquire Western Union, which is also a Ripple partner who was piloting xRapid. However, we don't know the results of that. There was some news from, I think it was the president or someone, who came out and said, hey, after 10 trials or 10 payments sent through, which is very limited, by the way, he said they didn't really see the value. Now, there was many other Ripple partners who came out and said, hey, we saw 70% savings, 30% savings, we saw improvements and so forth. I don't know, what was going on with Western Union. We haven't heard anything since then, honestly, right? But Western Union is a money transfer company. Fleetcor has been, obviously a partner with Ripple, testing xRapid and XRP. And if they are to acquire Western Union, what's going to happen? Of course, they will then take Western Union's business, right, and then apply xRapid. We're in those respective corridors where it makes sense. So this is very good news for Ripple, and of course, if you're holding XRP, because both are xRapid, both piloted xRapid, and it has been publicly announced that they are piloting it, and xRapid, of course, leverages XRP. So very, very, very interesting news here. So let me give you some details. Western Union and Fleetcor are nearing an agreement to sell Western Union's business payments operations to Fleet Payments firm, according to reports in PE Hub on Wednesday, November 15th. Citing three unnamed sources, reports said Citi is advising on a deal which could fetch $600 million for the B2B payments operations. Though unconfirmed, the deal would not come entirely as a surprise. In September, Deutsche Bank analyst Ashish Sabadra said Fleetcor is a likely buyer of Western Union's business payments unit. So as you can see, it looked like they're going to acquire Western Union's business payments here. So this is very big for Fleetcor, and of course for Ripple as a whole, because if both Western Union and Fleetcor are using xRapid, that's great, right? And obviously we have no confirmation. We know Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, said dozens of banks will be using this, and companies will be using xRapid in 2019. We know 3 are slated to go live by the end of the year: Mercury FX, Qualix, and Catalyst Federal Credit Union. So we're still waiting to see when that officially goes live and the volume kicks in. So exciting times if you're holding XRP, because this is very big news. And moving ahead here, just some small updates as far as listings. XRP has been listed on Brazilian exchange Flow BTC. The exchange was launched a promotion with a giveaway. So this is those folks who live in Brazil, and I forgot to mention here, it's paired with the Brazilian fiat currency there. So continued addition of XRP with fiat pairing, which is a great sign. And here's the announcement here in this article. It's translated, so I don't want to read through it. It's probably going to be a bit funky with the Google Translator. Poloniex exchange, they have paired XRP and USDC, and it said this is active. So this was tweeted today. Let's see here. Zurich has the first crypto ATM on, oh my gosh, guys, I don't know if I could pronounce that, Bahnhofstrasse, whatever, with the newly installed vending machine. Digital currencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP can now be bought and sold on the street. Continued adoption, infrastructure built out, and we are seeing a lot of progress being made despite the bear market, despite the sell-offs, right? So remember, don't be a prisoner of the moment. You got to look long-term now. As an investor in stocks or even real estate, right? If you bought, like, let's say real estate in the down market, you got to look long-term. How's the housing economy going as the price picks up, right? You're not some people flip, for small profits. Some are, they buy and hold for a few years and then they make a significant profit. Obviously, same with gold and other precious metals. This is just how it works in investment. Obviously, I'm not an investment or financial advisor. I'm just sharing my opinion here and some facts. This is the announcement, also via Google Translate. So I'm not going to try to read off of that. But also Bitkub, which is, I believe, a exchange in Thailand. Yeah, Bangkok, Thailand. They are an exchange. So it says here, Litecoin, USDT, and XRP are coming to Bitkub Market. This deposits are now available. So, like I said, continued listing, adoption, all great signs, and we're seeing growth across. When I say growth, I don't mean on the prices. I mean in businesses booming and starting up for providing crypto services, whether it be exchanges, investment funds, hedge funds, just even different apps, as you can see, just ATMs, different types of things popping up here, guys. So it's interesting that these things are happening now. These things are not making major headlines. We're seeing it here and there, and obviously we make sure we validate it. If there's an official announcement, if they announce it on their Twitter account officially. So we continue to see the infrastructure build out, the foundation being laid out. And, big things are to come, guys. I've been saying that, we'll probably start seeing, early next year, crypto TV commercials, about investing in crypto and putting in your 401k and all that, right? Because now we have Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, you have Bakkt, which is powered by the parent company in New York Stock Exchange, along with Starbucks and Microsoft. So big players are getting in. They're building out their services. The Wall Street guys are getting in. So don't be fazed by this sell-off and all this bullshit Bitcoin Cash FUD and all these things that are driving down the market a bit. I always tell you guys that the big money, they're not going to buy at the highs. They're going to buy at the lows and fill their bags. What's going to happen, what we saw, as far as the breadcrumbs, people talking about it buying over the counter, people seeing significant significant amount of Bitcoin and so forth being moved into different wallets, and even Ripple themselves coming out and saying that they had institutions in Wall Street buying XRP directly from them. And, they're going to fill their bags, and then they're going to pump it back up and then start selling. And, they're going to sell at the higher price, of course, right? And that's where we have the opportunity, those of us who are holding and bought at the lows and the dips, have the opportunity to make some significant money, of course. I've said before, I made some money in the last bull run up, not as much as I would have liked, because I was holding, and, I was waiting to see how high the price would go. I cashed out a little bit. But then, of course, the bull run had a massive correction. But that is nothing compared to what's coming, because, last year we didn't have a Fidelity, a TD Ameritrade, a Bakkt, and all these Wall Street guys getting in. So it is going to, crypto is going to go mainstream, and you're going to start seeing so many different products, so many different marketing campaigns around crypto, and big things are to come. We just got to be patient. And I know it's frustrating to see, the market dump off like this, especially when we're expecting like a bull run towards the end of the year. We'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. I still have faith in that Bakkt could be something big, especially if they market it well. And also I'm waiting to see like an official announcement from Ripple that, okay, Mercury FX is officially live and Qualix is officially live, and the volume kick in. Now, do I expect a significant amount of volume from those three? No, because, it's going to take, I think, and Brad Garlinghouse said dozens next year. I think it's going to take, like 20 of those institutions fully live, and moving money through different corridors. And then we'll start seeing some things going. But that's not to say the price won't increase, once these three are live. I think it will, especially if they market it well, like I said, if the news gets out there, because it's going to be off of volume and demand, and of course, speculation and a bit of the hype, because that's part of even the stock market, right? The hype and the speculation built on top of the actual things that the company's doing, the revenue and all of that. So hope you guys get that. And continue to hold, be patient. I always tell you to have some perspective. Go back and look at the charts of Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. They run up over the years, right? There was many bull runs, sure, not as big as the one that we saw in December, but there was many bull runs. The price, go back and look at Bitcoin, and it's run up to $100 and so forth, and then corrections after that. So this type of thing is not new. I hope there are many of you who are new to the market, so you haven't seen things like this, but this type of activity is not new. Go back and look at the charts. It's all there. And there's many people who got weekends and left and sold off, like, I'm done, and they can't handle it. But I would recommend, if it bothers you, don't look at the prices every day. You know what I mean? Just take a step back. It's good to take a break. Don't let this be your life, so to speak. Do other things. Go out and have fun, right? But it's a new asset class, new revolutionary technology, blockchain, which is going to change the world the same way the internet did. And it is here to stay. It is here to stay. And when you see governments, the SEC getting involved, it's here to stay. So even though the prices are down, when you see moves being made like this, you know what's to come. The stage is being set, guys. So what do you think about this news? Let me know what you think down below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. If you find my channel helpful, please share with your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. And I thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.